Mario Party 5.
God damn it!
Well, we are here gathered today amongst the Council of Five to talk about Mario Party 5. Yes,
No.
I literally did that. But before we
It's
begin,
dead. Kill it.
I present these two vital keys. I give one to Silver, and I give the other to Indy. With these keys, you can kill one joke, the Morgan Freeman joke. I trust you will not use them to kill me in the future or anything. I completely trust you both. Completely.
But there is one
100%.
key that you never use, and it says Mario Party 5. To open a door you must never open that says going down that meme hole again.
Oh, don't worry. We'll come up with a new jokes that will annoy someone. Cause I gotta annoy your Prisma.
I haven't been here for like a month and a half,
Oh.
so like that meme is brand new to me.
Don't worry. I'll find a meme to annoy you or Micah. I'll figure it out. But
I'm glad this is audio recording. Is it audio recording?
Oh yeah, it's just audio recording, but I can still see you.
Okay,
good.
yeah.
Good. Just making sure I'm not camera ready.
I'm never camera ready. But anyway, we're going back in time to 1988.
9.
89.
Fine.
Well, we're off to a good start.
Mine were not.
My parents are still in high school, I think.
Jesus. Why are you...
Important.
Oh, right, I forgot. You're the baby right now.
Yeah, I'm 20 years old.
Exactly, you're the baby.
Yeah, like, you're going 22 years, 24 years? Yeah, you're going
23.
over double my age in the past.
Whatever.
Yeah, we did 2002 because of we actually did do 2002 already. So
Yeah, this video will definitely make a lot of sense when I remember to upload the other videos before it.
yeah.
I'll work on that. Anyway, the year is 1989, and on this glorious year, I had to answer a ping from Discord because Discord existed in 1989. Don't.
No, it did.
Yes, it did. Don't
Didn't even exist.
don't fact check this. It's on Wikipedia. I'm
You not look up Wikipedia. That is not factual. Yes, it has information, but it's not always factual because it can always be twisted and edited.
But on this glorious year, the great Timberwolf, known as Indy, would be born into this world, and he would look at his parents' faces, and he'd be like,
Hi.
"Wow."
That's perfect reaction.
I don't know. What did you say when you first entered the world in 1989, Indy?
I don't know. Well, it's probably 1 year left for the 80s, but
Probably wah.
don't remember exactly.
Oh my god. Well, I'm pretty sure you were like, I'm gonna write a pool toy! Oh my god. But also on that year, there were 4 wonderful movies released to the world. 4 movies that I'm pretty sure most people only remember 2 of them. The third one people get... Well, actually, no. We remember 3 of them. The 4th one gets mistaken for another movie because, I mean, it sounds like it. And we're going to be talking about these movies.
Okay, Paul. Sorry, my cat's having a hot hairball. I apologize.
Ooh, that's not good.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Oh my god, and I also had a little bit of a.
I actually felt that in the soul because I used to own a cat.
Excuse me. Okay.
Anyway, in the year 1989, these 4 movies were released. East. Of the 4, only 3 of them are well remembered. The 4th one we all kind of forget because no one really knows it. The movies are Kiki's Delivery Service, Little Nemo, All Dogs Go to Heaven, and Little Mermaid. And today we will be talking about these 4 movies. And because I made the joke at the beginning, we're going to start with Little Nemo. So, who knows this movie? Because I did not read the synopsis.
I do.
I
Okay.
don't.
Alright.
So, one day in 1996, my mom went to the video store and, like the family video or whatever. And she's like, I got this video for you, Baby Silver. I'm just going to say Baby Silver because I'm not going to say my real name. She said it's called Little Nemo. I was like, okay, that sounds weird. So I put it in and holy fuck, what the hell was I watching? Because it is a movie that gives, let's just say it gives you a false sense of security. Starts out kind of whimsical, and then all of a sudden this kid is like, lifted out of his bed, like his bed like flies through the window, and he goes through this like magical land, and then all of a sudden there's like basically Hexus 2.0 from Fern Gully comes and destroys the friggin' it's called the Nightmare King, but I call him Hexus 2.0 because that's basically what he is. This place called Slumberland, and let me say, this movie's an acid trip. It is absolutely ridiculous. Nostalgia Critic reviewed it back in 2010, I believe, and the last thing I got to say about this movie is that it went through development hell. Because even Hayao Miyazaki worked on it at one point and said this was the worst experience of my professional career. Period. It was started in 1982, but was released years later in 1989. That's how long it took.
Wow. And knowing Miyazaki, that dude, whew boy.
Wait, Hayao Miyazaki worked on this film?
He did work on it a tiny little bit.
Huh.
And the only thing I remember from when I was a kid was that he goes to see King Morpheus. Yes, King Morpheus. We can put our Matrix jokes aside.
Oh, I was going to say it's Morbin time.
Dude, no more of that
God.
damn meme, which I don't understand, because I don't know if he actually does say that.
He doesn't say it.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, no, that's what Silver wants you to believe.
If you take the red pill. Okay. The only thing I remember is Nemo going up to King Morpheus and saying, and him giving him this key, and it says, it can open any door in Slumberland, but there is this one door that you must never open. It has this symbol on it. And I was like, when I was a kid, I was like, so how long until he opens the damn door? Yep, I was right. Yep.
But you see, what's behind this door is my porn collection. So stop looking at it.
Yeah, that's really all I have to say about Little Nemo. If anyone has anything else that, I mean, I know you guys just looked up the poster and just wondered what
wait,
the
we
hell.
look at the poster?
Yeah.
What the? What?
Fact,
Okay,
Gabriel Damon, who voiced Littlefoot and The Land Before Time, voiced Nemo.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, I just have one question, Professor Silver.
Yeah?
Why is Mr. Toad in this movie?
Oh, that's Flip. He's kind of like a bad influence in the movie and gets Nemo in a lot of trouble.
Oh, God. Okay, why is...
He's voiced by Mickey Rooney.
Say that again?
He's voiced by Mickey Rooney, and if you don't know who that is, he was Santa Claus in Santa Claus in Town.
Nice.
He was. Yes, he was definitely. He was also a
Very
famous actor. He appeared in a lot of stuff, especially in the Twilight Zone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Appeared in the.
And he had been to almost every Oscars ceremony of all time.
Nice.
Like even
Yeah.
he was a child actor, so he had been to the Oscars ceremony since 1927.
Wow.
He died.
Well.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. That's, pathway.
My next question is, why is Shantae's mother in this movie?
Shantae, who?
Shantae's mother.
The half genie? I was thinking of Shantae and the half genie. Because, you know, the princess, it kind of reminds me of Shantae.
Oh yeah, that's I
She
forget.
does.
That's how forgettable this movie is. I forget the princess.
I forget her name.
Nancy Cartwright is also in this movie.
Like who?
She's like a clown. Their voice of Bart Simpson is in this movie. She's like a
Oh!
She did do a lot of voice work before she became famous with Bart Simpson.
What the
Yeah.
hell, man?
I'm sure she voiced the clown in like the early 80s because, like I said, development hell.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, does anyone else have anything to say about this movie that's completely forgettable?
Who, me?
Well, anyone, really. Because I don't even remember anything of this movie, so I can't say anything.
Well, I don't know about that movie, but well, I'm looking at all those YouTube comments from the trailer that people said they said they were terrified, and some say they thought this movie did not exist.
Yeah, it's like a fever dream, and all I remember is that the Nightmare King was a lot scarier when I was a kid than when I saw it when I was like older and in college.
Oh
Yeah.
no, there goes our friend.
Yeah, the Nightmare
She
King.
left.
I think she was having technical issues. Uh-oh. The Babadook's coming.
I'm having
Period.
issues apparently because I just zapped out and zapped back in.
But yeah, looking at the little Nemo kind of like the cover art for the movie, it definitely looks like one of those really rushed images to just like kind of like here's a kid on the bed, here's a princess, here's a flying squirrel, here's a guy who looks like Mr. Toad.
Oh yeah, Icarus. I forgot about him. He talks because why not? Well, he doesn't talk. He kind of just
Oh, so
baby talk.
basically, Tigger from Thundercats.
Oh
Yeah, he's
God.
basically
Anyway, do you have anything else you wanted to add, Indy?
Well, I don't know about this movie. I'm still a little curious about watching it. But apparently it's on YouTube.
I mean, obviously.
Yep.
all right. Let's get into Kiki.
All right, I have a special delivery for you. I promise it's not marijuana. But it's actually a good, decent movie. Kiki's Delivery Service, which I sadly have never seen and I need to see. But I'm just gonna pass this over to Micah because, well, do I need to say more?
I've watched the movie since my early childhood days when I first discovered anime from watching both that and My Neighbor Totoro on VHS. And this is back when this is before the 2004 dub where they changed up the voice works for the new one, for like the new dubs, because the original ones were different, completely different, and then they changed it for when Studio Ghibli got acquired by Disney at one point.
Ugh,
That's what Disney comes.
man,
Because
those are dark times then.
well, yeah, because trigger warning. I will be mentioning one person. John Lasseter
Ugh.
was really big into Hayao Miyazaki's movies, that he wanted to promote them with Disney, which is why we got that whole thing where Studio Ghibli was shown to Disney with their sort of Criterion Collection version of every Miyazaki and Studio Ghibli movie. And so, with this, from movies I watched from a lot of times, I shall talk about the plot exactly, without trying to spoil it, unless, of course, you've watched the movie multiple times like I have, Well, then, you don't have to worry. But for the sake of those who haven't seen the movie, which how many of you have seen the movie?
I've seen it twice.
Okay,
I've
so
never
see it once.
seen it, but I wish.
You haven't seen it, Indy?
No.
Okay, and then
Nope.
and then of course B hasn't seen it, and neither has Prisma. So, okay, so all right, I'll try to condense it down as best I can. So, Kiki's Delivery Service is another one of Hayao Miyazaki's like fantasy movies, which features a young girl who is born into a family who everyone on her mother's side is a witch, and she just started coming of age of 13, where according to tradition, she has to journey around the world for self-discovery to figure out who she is as a witch and actually, learn as a witch in training. And so, with this, she sets out on her own personal journey through a neighboring sea, like little small town in the area that hasn't really seen witches in a millennia. And so she starts, setting up, trying a place to live, a place to work at, and even meeting some of the locals around the area. Especially, trying to remember some of the characters' names, because...
Oh no, that's one I remember.
Which one?
Osoto, she's like the shopkeep, right?
Oh, yes, the baker. She's awesome. She's
Yes.
awesome. Let's see if there's a whole thing about it. And then of course there's Kiki's accompanied by her tiny little cat Gigi, who is the most adorable black cat you've ever seen. Which, I grew up with the English dub, who was voiced by the late Phil Hartman. May you rest in peace. Oh my God. But in the Japanese version, he's voiced by Rei Takuma, who is a Japanese voice actress. Because when it comes to having little tiny chibi characters that are cute and are, male characters, they are oftentimes voiced by female actresses because, they embody the cuteness of the voice. And I like that more than the Phil Hartman voice. Not to say Phil Hartman didn't do a good job. It's just, it just
Preference.
matches the the
Vibe?
appearance of and the vibe of Gigi, who is Gigi is adorable. And so she starts to learn about what it means to be in the real world, but at one point she kind of loses a little bit of confidence. And so all the story of itself it's about how she finds herself and her confidence to basically be the person she wants to, see herself be as. Let's see. Well, actually, here I'll try to find a better condensed plot line.
Or you can just
To make
convince
it-
us to watch the movie.
Yeah. Okay, here's a shortened version. It tells the story of Kiki, a young witch who moves to a new town and uses her flying ability to earn a living. Because she does work at the bakery. And according to Miyazaki, it portrays it's sort of the difference between independence and the reliance in adolescent girls, and how that's what he was trying to do. It was showing how you learn how to be independent, but also not think it's a bad idea to have some, to rely on allies or friends to help you on your journey, because that's what you gotta really need in the world. Because when you go into a world where it's kind of a little bit intense and a little bit scary, you gotta have some good people on your side to help you get through it, because that's how you really get through life, really. And it's really good. It's a really good movie, and it also happened to be adapted from a novel that that this movie is based on, which makes three books that were adapted by Hayao Miyazaki, because he also made Nausicaa: The Valley of the Wind as a manga before it became an anime.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, I could go on. I would love to tell more about this movie, but I don't want to give away spoilers for those who haven't seen it, because it's such a good movie.
Don't worry, we'll see it. But did you know that there's a sequel?
Nope.
Yes, there is. It's called Room in the Night Sky.
What is it called?
Room in the Night Sky.
Don't you dare.
Please stop
He's laughing. He's laughing. Does that answer your question?
It's about a witch who delivers packages while riding on a magic scooter, and it's the worst Switch game.
Like I said, she's laughing. Does that answer?
Brain is not processing this right. Please explain.
Oh, God. Okay, so I'm just making a joke, but have you ever heard of Room in the Night Sky? It's a Switch game that is poorly programmed, poorly translated, and I'm pretty sure was just put on the Switch because of the fact that the Switch needed games. But this is like taking E.T. and giving it to all the kids for Christmas, but on crack.
The only thing I remember about seeing this movie is that I was in second grade. I saw it in 1998, and I remember the name of Toto, the baker. And I remember that the teacher kept telling us after a while of watching the movie, she's like, if one more person mentions this looks like Pokemon, we're done.
Well, yeah, okay, so at that time, people didn't really know much about anime because they thought every cartoon looked the same, because,
we're dumb kids.
Western audience kids are kind of dumb back in the 2000s. Yeah. And so, I admit, I didn't know that anime and cartoons were completely different, because anime comes from Japan, which is different than traditional cartoons, because in this one they have a lot of adult themes, very mature elements within that they talk about in them, and very philosophical stuff that most kids shows don't usually tackle these days, because at the time they'd never really tackled.
Yeah.
And differences in culture are very different between East and Western audiences. So
yeah,
it's definitely completely different.
That's one of my memories. The teacher was like, if I see one more person,
I think I think personally, I think one of the VHSs I had, I think it was for the Rugrats or Rugrats Go to Paris. I think I remember seeing trailers for a lot of these movies, and I never understood them as a kid.
It was probably a Pokemon VHS, because they all had Ranma 1.5 and Nausicaa: The Valley of the Winds.
Yeah.
No.
What?
No, cause I never had any Pokemon movies on VHS. I had Nickelodeon ones, but I mean, like Micah said, or maybe it was a Disney movie. Also, I remember it was a VHS, and it definitely had trailers for some of the for some of these movies. But other than that, that's pretty much all I know. Indy, what do you know? Do you know anything about this movie?
Well, I don't know the movie fully, but I know Kirby 64 had Kiki as a cameo.
That's right.
And I played that game so many times when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Crystal Shard, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's the one that's on the Switch, and when I found that out, I was so happy. That was my Banjo-Kazooie.
Well, my Banjo-Kazooie was Banjo-Kazooie, so...
Well, my Banjo-Kazooie is Paper Mario.
that was my Banjo-Kazooie, too.
I was real happy for that.
Mine was what? Explain what that would be. Like, what does that mean for something to be a Banjo-Kazooie?
A game that's really, like, slightly obscure, but it's a big part of your childhood.
Trying to.
I would say Metroid Other M, even though people hated it.
Get out.
Okay.
No, it had some problems, but I still liked the game because it was the first game I've ever beat. Hot. Yes, they made Samus's voice acting a little bit better, which is why the Japanese version is better, because, you know, in that one, it's actually very tolerable.
My only complaint with that is that they take this incredibly powerful bounty hunter who's literally gone up against Beast twice her size and power, including her own self, and basically made her weak. I'm like, or they made her like, you have to take orders now. I'm like,
yeah, that part I hated though.
That's my big complaint. But not to get too distracted. First off, does anyone have anything else to say? Indy, did you want to say anything else?
I think that's it.
Okay. Prisma, do you know anything about Kiki's delivery service?
Nope.
All right then. Well then, guys, I got good news, bad news, and great news. The good news is we're talking about the Little Mermaid.
Yay.
The bad news is the priest got an erection. The great news is it's a meme now.
Yeah, it's been a meme for quite some time, ever since they talked about it on I Love the 1989 3D.
I mean, also the palace is a penis.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's been a thing for quite a while.
Yeah.
Also, if you definitely watch the Japanese version of Kiki's Delivery Service, it's better and it honors Miyazaki's work.
Yes, and most the time it's better to watch the original versions of Japanese movies, because usually the voice acting's better, the story's a little more clear, and they don't cut out a bunch of stuff. Otherwise, because if you do that, Miyazaki will mail you a sword that literally just says "no cuts."
Yep.
Man,
So I think
I would bow down to that guy. But the Little Mermaid, what can
I
we
think
say?
it's that we're starting with the priest boner because, like, I forgot about that.
Really?
Yes, like maybe it's because I love the other movie we're going to talk about later much more than The Little Mermaid. So when I think of The Little Mermaid, I just think of the musical numbers, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, that was a big scandal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just so hilarious.
Disney even went over and said it's his knee, and then they painted over it later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dearly beloved, I am fucking hard.
The Little Mermaid. What can I say about this? This is one of the classic Disney movies, such as The Lion King, Hunchback of Notre Dame,
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Sleeping Beauty. It's a classic.
It's what jump started the golden age and of animation for Disney. Like it was the revival of Disney's animated renaissance.
Yep.
Technically, that started with Roger Rabbit, but yes.
Oh, yes. Technically, it did start with that.
The story basically goes as this: a mermaid falls in love with a human. Her dad's like, "No, You cannot fall in love with a human. He's bad news for you. He rides a motorcycle. He has leather jacket, leather pants. How the fuck is he even surviving? All that water should make the leather shrivel up. What was that point
His
again?
name is the name of my first boyfriend. Ah! No, just kidding. I love Eric.
Oh my
Still
God.
love Eric as a friend.
Yeah. He basically forbids Ariel from dating him. She yearns for him, so she goes to the sea witch Ursula, who was voiced by a drag queen, I believe.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
it's based on.
Yeah.
No,
based-
no.
based on a drag queen.
Model after a drag.
Yes, thank you.
Based on a drag queen named Divine.
Yes.
Yep. And she basically grants her the wish of being able a human for three days? Or was it
3
1
days,
week?
yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Always.
Yeah, 3 days, and she takes away her voice so she can't talk to him and she tells him, you must kiss him in 3 days, otherwise you will turn back into a mermaid. So she spends the 3 days trying to kiss him. Ursula turns into a human and uses her magic to basically mind control, what's his name, Eric?
Eric.
Yeah.
Prince, to mind control Prince Eric, forcing him into getting a marriage. The plan doesn't exactly work, but it works in a way that Ursula is able to eventually become the ruler of the sea, and Prince Eric then has to stab her with a broken ship and possibly one of them, and a really brutal death.
It is. It's one of the most brutal ones. But then again, we got to remember that just came a year after Sykes' death in Oliver and Company. Oh, shit.
Yeah, if you've never seen that movie, I recommend being a little cautious because, good lord, oof, I still remember it. Oof. The cigar falling too. It just,
I didn't notice that. Holy fuck!
yeah, you noticed it too? Wow, yeah.
No, I did not
Oh.
notice that.
Yeah, no. The cigar falls and then it just goes out. It's fucked.
Damn.
Yeah. But then again, this is also from Disney, who had the Black Cauldron, who literally had the dude's skin peeled off from him.
Yep.
So, but
85. We'll talk about that one.
yeah. But basically, Ursula is defeated. Everything's returned to normal. Ariel's father decides to turn her into a human. She goes to Prince Eric, and they live happily ever after until they make a sequel for whatever reason. We're not going to talk about it.
And we learn the moral of the story. When you're 16, you can do what you want. Bull fucking shit. No, you can't.
Oh yeah, she's 16 by the way.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, no, girl, you got like 10 years left. 10 good years left to like really learn before you really settle down.
I mean, I need to turn on my camera. She's like, Daddy, I love him. Girl, you don't even know him.
I mean,
Yes.
that's pretty much every princess in the classic Disney movies. Don't lie.
Mm-hmm.
Sleeping Beauty, she falls in love with the prince who wakes her from her sleep. Snow White, similar thing. Little Mermaid. What's another one?
You know it sucks when we've got to reference Frozen to actually prove a point.
Yes.
You can't marry a man you just met.
Yes. Even Frozen basically took a stab at that old joke.
And so did Moana.
Yeah, Moana did it better.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
she did.
I can recite. It's like, so you're a princess. I'm the chief's daughter, actually. Okay, look, if you're a pretty girl in a dress and paired with an animal sidekick, you're technically a princess. I'm like, he's right though.
Yeah.
I loved that.
Yeah. The movie, the Little Mermaid movie, it's well animated. The music is beautiful. There's so many great songs. Part of Your World, Kiss the Girl, Under the Sea. Just so
It's Alan Menken, Roger Clemens. What do you want?
Yeah, this is basically like going to Tarzan and be like, man, Tarzan is a really good soundtrack, and it's like it was composed by shit, I'm blanking on his name.
Phil Collins.
Phil Collins. Thank you, Indy. It's
Genesis.
yes, it was made by these two. What'd you expect?
Yeah.
Okay, Phil. It's just a movie about gorillas. Nothing too epic. Phil Collins playing a piano that's on fire.
Yeah, if you want to compete against him, you got to put your faith in what you most believe in.
Yep. But yeah, I remember seeing this movie. I had it on VHS. I remember seeing it sometimes when we went to the doctor's office when I was a little kid. And it's such a great movie. It holds up really well. Ariel's hair is amazing. It's really cute. But it basically, she falls in love with the first guy she sees. And just... I really do like the seagull and how they find everyday normal human items and just gives it a wacky name, like a dingle hopper.
And what was it? A blast snort? What the other one? But it was a pipe. Yeah, the dingle hopper was a fork, and the blast snort was a pipe.
Yeah, and that was just so good. And
I thought it was voiced by Tennessee Williams, who was also in The Love Bug.
oh geez,
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, he has
I
a real
remember-
name. I can't remember his real name. So.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we all have real names that we don't really talk about.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's pretty much all I gotta say about Little Mermaid. Great movie, good memories, great just all around. Unless we want to talk about the book it's based off of, because that's a lot darker.
Oh yeah, she dies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically she turns into sea foam and has to redeem herself by cleaning a beach or something. I don't
But
know.
it's a much better story.
I mean, yes, but I mean, it is a much better story. But if you really want to talk about original in stories versus the Disney versions, we need to do an episode talking about that. But because I want to talk about Pinocchio and how it basically was originally supposed to end with him hung in a tree.
Father.
Go on.
No,
When can I be on my own? I've got the whole world to see. Skitty, 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 skitty. The movie is fucking bad.
I've not seen it, and I'm not going to see it because I actually treasure my brain.
But
I would rather watch Guillermo del Toro's version.
me too.
Yeah, because that dude, he's interesting. I like him, but Little Mermaid.
I'll stop.
But I have one more thing to say
Go ahead.
about Little Mermaid, and that's everyone asks what everyone's favorite song from The Little Mermaid is.
Mm.
Maybe it's because I had the cassettes as a kid. I really like Fathoms Below. It's short, it's sweet, it invites you to the world you're about to see right during the beginning of the movie, which is, I love world inviting songs. And when we talk about the next movie tonight, we're gonna talk about how much I love that song. But yeah, I love when it just introduces you to the whole world
Mhm.
that you're gonna see the movie in. Fathoms Below is mwah.
All right, we're good. Micah, Indy, do either of you have any things you want to add to Little Mermaid?
Well,
Wreck-It Ralph 2 does a perfect deconstruction of the princess's trope.
Yep,
Indy?
and that's for that movie.
well, I haven't seen this movie in a long time. So, I can remember how, even though I heard the argument of like, what do you consider as the first Disney Renaissance movie?
Mm.
Like either this movie or Who Framed Roger Rabbit. That's what I remember. And I haven't watched this movie in a long time. I used to see that. And just let you know, I look it up. Who voiced Ursula? It's not Divine. It's actually based on.
No. Yeah, Divine was modeled. It was modeled to be Ursula, not voice acting.
Somebody said that.
I think I might have been us or me. I don't know.
It was Micah
Okay.
that said it was modeled after. Not he never said voice by, just modeled after.
Yeah, because they still didn't really hire gay people or drag queens or anyone in the queer and trans community, because at that time, there was an epidemic that was going on that made everyone's judgment really clouded.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also Disney constantly saying the whole, here's our first gay, queer, lesbian, whatever character. Like, sure. Whatever you say, Disney.
Yeah, we're looking at Baloo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Baloo is friggin' bi as hell, yet it looks like he may prefer guys.
I think Silver Fox said this best. Baloo would most likely be asexual because I think he's just content just being his own pilot and just hang a bong, eat a sandwich, fly a plane.
I can see that, but I can also see him being bi.
He's saying,
Yeah.
I would probably say ace and bi romantic.
Yeah.
That would work.
Gosh, I'm talking talking nerdy about those kind of pride.
Yeah.
Like when people argue this, say, why not both?
All right, are we ready to talk about the best movie of 1989? I mean all time. I mean 1989. I mean all time.
Hang on. One last thing. They see mowing my front lawn.
Ah, white and nerdy.
Yeah,
I love that song.
I'm sorry, Indy put that in my head. I had to. Also, Weird Al, please don't sue us. We love your music and your hair is wonderful. Also,
You're fabulous.
Yes, and he's also a great guy. He basically said, "Hey, I know you don't like this person, but please don't defile the star. That does nothing but have to make people to replace it." So, thank you for being a cool guy, Al.
Thank you for being a friend.
You never had a friend like me. But now to change things that will make Silver sad, to things that make Silver happy, because this is the last time I'm ever going to say the joke on the show. Morgan Freeman dies at the end. Blech. Okay, it's dead. Because you know why? All dogs go to heaven and surpassed it.
Oh my god. Okay, so like if you want to talk about my favorite movie that defined my childhood and just made me the furry I am today, look no further, because it's All Dogs Go to Heaven time, y'all. First of all, what can I say? I love this movie from beginning to end. I've seen it about 35 times. I'm not even kidding. And it also helped me get along with my cousin, believe it or not, because my cousin and I would fight a lot on family trips until I showed her All Dogs Go to Heaven, and we just started becoming, not friends, but we got along. So for that, I thank you, Charlie and Itchy.
Man, I can't believe Charlie Sheen helped you.
No,
Charlie and Itchy Itchiford.
And
I know.
Voiced by Burt Reynolds and Dom DeLuise.
Dom DeLuise, we love him.
We love
I have a little bit of a laugh, kind of like him in a way.
You do a little bit. You actually have kind of a combination of Burt and Dom.
I have sadly never seen this movie. I have seen All Dogs Go to Heaven 2, and I think during the Christmas of 2021, we watched All Dogs Go. We watched All Dogs Christmas Carol. And yes, Silver, I've never seen this movie. No. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot of movies I haven't seen that I need to watch. My friend constantly tells me I need to watch the Golden Wind. He also says I need to watch some other shit. But we did, again, like I said, we watched All Dogs Christmas Carol, and that was hilarious. And the evil sister, I don't care, she's hot, fight me.
What?
If I give anyone spoilers, because I really want to talk about this movie.
This is, yeah, right? I'm going to jot the time, hang on. Alright, I'm going to jot the time starting now. Go.
Okay, so wait, so you're muted, right?
Huh? Oh,
You-
hang on. I just now realized. I'm going to tell him to start over. Hang on. Okay, so I'm going to.
All of you to be on top of it. But
Wait. Okay, so so apparently muting myself basically mutes all the audio. So I'm just going to take my headset off, and I'm going to go out and get some water while you go, and then when you're done, just send me a ping, and then I'll blah blah blah. Okay?
wait, so that wasn't recorded?
No, the last few seconds were recording. I realized that after the fact.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so start when I take my headphones off and get the thumbs up. Go ahead and start.
okay, so synopsis time. It is 1939 in the Louisiana Bayou near New Orleans. Charlie Barkin is a German Shepherd mix that has been framed for a crime he did not commit. His buddy, Itchy Itcherford, is trying to break him out of the dog pound. They escape, and he is then returned to the casino that he used to work at, called Carface and Charlie's, but now just called Carface. Because Carface, his bulldog associate, wanted to pretty much kill Charlie. And he does. And you'd think that's where the end of the movie is, but it's not. Charlie ends up going to heaven. And he ends up cheating death by taking this watch that is like his life watch and stealing it, rewinding it, and going back in time. Or not back in time, back to Earth. But the angel Annabelle warns him, "You can never go back." Meaning that once his watch is stopped, he's going straight to hell. So now that we know that, we are introduced to more of Charlie as, he goes through this, emotional journey of trying to prove himself, I guess. But he doesn't even want to do that. He just wants to go back and get revenge on Carface. So he finds his buddy Itchy, and then in doing so, he runs across a girl named Anne Marie that can talk to animals, so that they can understand her. But instead of trying to help her find a mom and dad, they at first want to just do what Carface wanted to do with her. Basically, what that means is that they want her to bet on animals so that they win in animal races, so that she knows all the answers. And over time, Charlie realizes that this is not probably the best thing to do. He starts to learn that, maybe there's more to life than just gambling and winning. And he tries to help the girl out. Unfortunately, Carface at the same time is trying to find Charlie so that he can kill him again. and ultimately, in a way of showing that Charlie actually has a nightmare where he's going to hell, and after that he starts to realize he's got to save this girl and give her parents. But they have a final showdown on a sinking boat, and Charlie drowns by trying to retrieve either the watch but if he didn't retrieve if he would have let the watch, if he would have just, he could have gotten the watch, but then Anne-Marie would have drowned to death. So he ultimately sacrificed himself for the little girl, Anne-Marie, and in doing that, he goes to heaven, and that's the end of the movie. But there's so many good things about All Dogs Go to Heaven that, like, for example, the Pete. Hold on, I gotta contact B.
Anyways, I just gotta say that every time I see the Charlie's when he about to die, it made me feel sad.
Yep. Okay, so I've told the synopsis. If the synopsis ends up somehow in our discussions about the movie, oh well. But I've done the synopsis.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep that all then. But I will put like a spoiler, I think around like 46 minutes in, and then spoilers to like 30 seconds. That's
Yeah.
what it says. But yeah,
Okay.
if you've never seen the movie and want to see it, I highly recommend it. This is a classic movie. It's really good.
The pizza. Can we talk about the pizza?
Yes, we have to. Like, if you've never seen The Image, there's a scene where Charlie is basically eating pizza, and it is ooey gooey, stretchy, and it's delicious. It's making me crave a pizza now.
Me too.
Okay, you know what? We're all getting pizza because it's as the four wisest men, Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, Michelangelo once said, "It's pizza time."
And what's mine is yours, bitch.
Jesus.
And stay away from the main wolf guy.
Yeah. And also,
Yeah. It's a movie that's just gonna make you cry, it'll make you laugh, it'll make you love these characters, it'll make you hate some of the characters, but love to hate them.
that's the mark of a good movie, ask me.
It's such a great movie. Like, yes, it sometimes loses its edge when you've watched it 35 times, but it's a roller coaster from start to finish. It's really, really, really good.
Yeah.
And up to Wolfwalkers, it was my favorite animated movie of all time. I'm a huge fan of this movie. The sequel's okay. It's not great, and don't you dare say what you're about to say, because I swear to God.
Look, I retired the joke, and again, I've only seen All Dogs Go to Heaven 2, and I'm like, yeah, it's a pretty good movie, but I'm pretty sure I would say, man, this sequel was a huge letdown after I finally watched the original.
Yes, you're gonna love, and honestly, like, because you saw the sequel first, like I did. I actually saw the sequel first when I was a kid, and honestly, the first movie scared me at first, but then it started growing on me, you know.
Like my fungus?
It's just such a good movie. But like, you're gonna appreciate the hell out of the first movie, especially after seeing the second movie like about 2 or 3 times.
I mean, I think A Christmas Carol had some scary moments, but not really.
Oh no!
I mean, I think it was more humorous.
This is Don Bluth.
Fuck! Then I'm going to need a change of pants then, because Don Bluth knows how to animate.
Yeah.
Like,
yes, it's the same person who did The Secret of NIMH, American Tail, Land Before Time, and Rockadoodle, among others.
Yeah, put like if you, like if you put Don Bluth and Miyazaki in a room,
I'd orgasm.
I'm keeping that in just so you know. I'm hoping that this becomes like a really popular episode. And someone sees that scene and they hear him like, if you put Don Bluth and
God.
I love Silver just realized what he said and
I don't think that would ever happen, but
I
if it
won't.
did,
like, cause like these two would possibly just, cause I feel like they would talk about like, you know, like how animation is different and it's nothing like traditional and blah blah blah.
then again, I do think it would be probably a clash of animation like styles too.
Oh yes, it'd be an epic battle, but like, oh, it'd be worth it just to see. It's like you would want to see Jim Henson and Stan Lee kind of just see each other and just kind of be like.
Before we go any further, I have to. Every time I talk about All Dogs in Heaven, I have to leave this little disclaimer.
Okay.
Anne-Marie was voiced by Judith Barcy,
Mm.
and that's all I'm going to say. If you want to know what happened to her, look up the name Judith Barcy, and that's all I'm going to say. It was
Yeah.
absolutely terrible.
I might put that like with a spoiler as well. But yeah, if you know who that is, then
She also voiced Ducky in The Land Before Time.
yeah. I'm like a lot. Basically, it's like the time travel thing. Like if you had a time machine and you could go back and like, you know, do something to like really improve history, would you? And like, would you do that? Like, no, I do something different, and that's all I'm going to say because it's sad, and I don't want to end up crying. But
At the end of All Dogs Go to Heaven, you will cry. You'll
yes,
laugh, cry.
you will laugh, but you will end up effing crying, and if you don't, you either cried all your tears out or you're just heartless.
Yeah.
Speaking of heartless, Sora.
And Smashed, yes.
No, no,
Take this.
no. Okay, like, I'm going to eventually do like a tier list of all DLC characters for Ultimate plus costumes, and spoiler alert, Sora gets the F tier, as in F off.
Don't you dare say that. It's
Don't
my-
you dare say that about my floaty boy. I
Okay.
will.
My boyfriend will probably get angry at you for saying that.
Okay, here's the thing. 100 hours in Kingdom Hearts 1, and then I had to go and then I tried to do Rechain of Memories, and it basically said, fuck you, here's a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
No, I know. I played that game. It was
Yeah, no.
terrible.
Yeah, no. I don't know. My only reason is because it's Disney, and Disney is like kind of like, I don't know how I should feel about you. I mostly hate you, but you have Winnie the Pooh, and I love that cartoon. But anyway, we're almost at an hour, so is there anything anyone wants to say about All Dogs Go to Heaven before we possibly end this episode?
You can't keep a good dog down.
Well, that's true. Okay.
Yep. I'll say it again, but I'll say it does make me feel bad for poor Charlie.